Have you tried it though? When I look back at my life, I will see all the times I should have known, but couldn't have. All the times the knots in my stomach didn't feel quite right, didn't feel quite like the other girls told me they would. Have you tried it though? I am your conscience. I was never that girl, no matter how hard I tried. When I was 15 and tentatively discovered the kindling of the secret I had been keeping, I got sick. Sick because now I was everything I had thought I hated. Sick because I was everything I was told was wrong. But only as a joke. Homophobia doesn't exist anymore. Not unless the queer kids are literally bleeding. Well, it's kind of a bit weird though, isn't it? A bit wrong. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I don't beat the gay kids up. I'm not homophobic. Have you tried it though? I am your abnormality. I gave up pretending when that pretty girl I idolized, the one who smelt of summer and whose smile lit up the room and who made everyone stare, told me she loved me. My heart, body, soul was on fire, and yet, have you tried it though? I am your lust personified. Here's a secret. When I was 16, I lied to my friends about losing my virginity because, you can't be sure unless you allow a man to have his wicked way with you. How could you be? My class, full of straight people who knew, were allowed to know what they liked without ever having touched the lips of another, yet I was sexualized to even be allowed to potentially, maybe even consider the possibility of liking girls. So I lied. I lied so that I was allowed to be put in a queue, the first stamp on a punch card of experiments. The prize? My burgeoning lesbian identity. You do one, you get to consider it. You do 3 more, you're allowed to begin to label yourself. That kid down the road can propose marriage to his girlfriend of 2 fucking weeks and know that she's the one. Yet I have to wade through a sea of people to allow myself to consider that I might like girls in general, let alone find the one I might want to marry. Oh, if that's okay with you, of course. If that's legal. And as long as I don't go to any of the places that will literally kill me for existing. Have you tried it though? I am your experience. And virginity is supposedly this magical thing that binds two people. Yeah, I couldn't wait to give mine away so that I was allowed to move on to the next step. And when I did, when I found a man who wanted to lay awkwardly with me and felt nothing as he told me he loved me, well, it just wasn't enough. He just wasn't the one. Try again next time and maybe we'll let you have some intra-fucking-spection. I was told that I had to try it not once, a few times. Just be sure, Because maybe, just maybe, you haven't found the right man yet. And it's funny, fucking hysterical, because when I did, or actually when I lied about it, because really, does anyone actually care about the truth if they can imagine me on my back? I was a whore. So what? You need me to sleep around to allow myself to like women, yet when I do, I lose my worth anyway. Funny that. Have you tried it though? I am your conquest. Well, I mean, you've got to give me 10 out of 10 for trying. Or maybe a 6, because I had to get us both drunk anytime I tried. Actually, make it a 4, considering the self-loathing and panic attacks that kept me company when I was alone afterwards. But you're right. Without all of that, how would I have known? Truly, thank you for the life experience. I fell in love within seconds when I first saw long black hair and freckles. But you're right. I wouldn't have known otherwise. Not when I was 17, again and again, or 18, or 20, or 22, and certainly not now. I used to put it down to attention seeking, but maybe each time I was just trying to be what everyone wanted me to be. Not that you care, because now you get to tell everyone how you conquered the lesbian. As if my self-loathing is a fucking prize. As if I didn't try honestly so hard to like men. As if I wasn't a whirlwind, a tornado, a fucking storm of destruction pulling in everything around me, hurting the men I tried to love, hurting the women I tore to shreds because I was too scared to admit how I felt, too scared to even admit who I was. And now I'm left in the wreckage of houses that were never fully built. Have you tried it though? I am your definition. I don't exist, did you know? If I am defined by my sexuality, then I am a bitch, a man-hater. Contrary to popular belief, I don't hate men. Some of the most important people in my life are men. Funny, isn't it? But if I'm not my sexuality, then what am I? You won't let me be defined by my love, yet you can be defined by your fucking football team. When you beg me for nudes and I say no, you can tell me how I'm not really a real lesbian because of how you saw me once. Have you tried it though? I am your experiment. I am the one you beg to go down on you because you can close your eyes and pretend and then tell all the boys about how cool you are. Because when you do it, it's quirky and fun and boys like it. But when I want to stand at the altar with the love of my life, I'm the one in the wrong. I'm the one whose lap the boys ask you to crawl onto for their own fantasy and who you gave tenderness to only once in a dark alley where no one could see because, hey, the grinding drives the boys wild, but kissing me softly is just a bit too much, sorry. Have you tried it though? I am your joke. I mean nothing. And when I told you to treat your girlfriend with a little fucking respect, you told me that I couldn't understand because a relationship between two women just wasn't the same. It wasn't serious. When you were heavy petting with your girlfriend in public, I was being yelled at for holding a girl's hand. When you were telling your 5th girlfriend of the week that you loved her, I was being told that girls simply can't love girls. When you were watching lesbian porn during your 3rd divorce, I was being mocked for wanting marriage equality. When your heart was being broken, you were comforted, yet when it was mine, I was being told to get over it. It isn't the same. It's never the same. Have you tried it though? I'm lucky. I am lucky because I have never had the ever-loving shit kicked out of me for being who I am. Because the people who called me dyke or fag were only joking or passing me by. Because the good-looking men fell in love with me, and I should be grateful. Because men wanting to change me meant that I was sexy. Because I wasn't denied a job for who I am. Because the stares I get are just stares. Because the being asked not to display affection is normal. Because the offhand comments are only comments. Because I am not actively hated. Because I no longer lie awake every night and try to change. Because I no longer think about kissing girls and then force myself to feel disgusted. Because I don't feel like a pervert shopping for my own underwear. Because I don't avert my eyes whenever a woman walks by anymore. Not anymore. Well, not every day. There are still some nights, you know. Not to mention all the people in the world who are beaten, punished, not hired. Oh, but you're right. Homophobia is dead. Long live the new world. Have you tried it though? I am not the same. And you know what? I feel like I'm missing something. The media taught me that my youth would be full of young love and experiences that I would look back on fondly, but what it failed to mention was that that kind of easy love is only allowed if you're straight. My youth was never going to be the way I had seen it represented. No, I was born to scream internally throughout it instead. To try desperately not to name the elephant following me around every room, not to give it the name I already knew in my guts. But hey, maybe I'm just bitter about things I will never experience. Have you tried it though? I am alive. In spite of myself, in fact. And in spite of you. And you. And you. And here's the secret. That awkwardness I felt back then isn't gone. I still check myself mentally when I do anything that could be construed in that way. But I have learned the suit of false confidence, of narcissism, the suit of armor that I take time to meticulously put on every day. It didn't go away, but it did fade. And if you see me in the streets smiling, know that it might still be fake, but at least it's more real than it used to be.